Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one braid at a time. This is Last Call Live from Green Brain Comics.
Hey everybody, welcome Brainiacs. Every week, we have one last chance to modify our final order numbers on the comics and graphic novels that are ready to go to print and arriving in about 3 weeks.
We are here today to share this list of upcoming books and give you one final chance to place your request before our final order deadline.
We are your hosts. I am Katie.
And I am Dan. And we are broadcasting live from Studio G in East Downtown Dearborn. Welcome to Last Call Live.
As a reminder, the deadlines to reserve these books are Sunday at 5 p.m. for all of the DC and Scout books, and Monday at 5 p.m. for everything else on the list that we are about to go over right now.
We do have this list documented on a blog post on our website at Green Brain Comics. My amazing partner is about to post that up to the discussion right now.
Follow along on our blog.
Follow along.
Oh, there it goes.
We have broken up this week's list into 5 priorities to let you know about these separate little categories here.
Is there 5?
I think there's 5. I've got 5 slides.
Oh, all right. Well, then.
Well, let's start out with slide number 1. It's last call for first issue.
Oh, that's the image from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I didn't have time to update it. That's all right.
That's right. We're back. Sorry, we were gone last week. I was trying to think of a fancier word for gone.
There was a mysterious disappearance. The power couple known as Us was not here to perform Last Call Live last week because we had a mysterious commitment.
Mysterious disappearance.
We're
back.
There was a bright light, and then I woke up on a metal table.
It was too cold to come out.
It was a very cold metal table.
Did you wake up in a bathtub full of ice and an incision right by where your kidneys usually are?
A very nice note was left for me.
Said thanks.
With all the new series coming out, look, there they are. Last call for first issues. With all the new series coming out, it's important that you know a little about some of these upcoming debut issues. And with so many variant covers, here's your chance to pre-order the ones that you like the most.
Awesome.
I think we should also put before this a little intro to Comichub, since it's going to be our main portal.
Right.
So in the future we'll hit that. But I think for
Oh,
now,
we can.
I'll switch over to our browser view here, and I will say, look, there's Comichub, comichub.com. You can type in zip code where you live, and it will get right to the absolute closest store. Where is it? I thought you could type it in here.
Weird.
Interesting.
Search.
Well, anyways.
Oh, you have to
We
select
can
your
go in
country first.
Oh, I have to select the country. Or we could just scroll
or
in.
you can zoom right in. Look, there we are.
Look, there we are.
And then Green Brain Comics, and then you can just pick us from there.
If you have an account with us already, we can sync up your account through Comichub, and then you'll be off and running to the races. You'll be able to pre-order from several months worth of catalogs of unshipped material. And of course, you'll be able to look at all the upcoming stuff that's in the new catalogs. And it's all there at comichub.com. But for today's purposes, we're going to be using the service within Comichub known as Last Call for Confirmed Orders. Last Call for Confirmed Orders is a carousel of all the things that are up for final order this weekend.
Right.
It's all alphabetical by title, but we're going to be going back to our blog post here at greenbraincomics.com.
And also, just to let everyone know that our blog post, while it features about 50 different items here, this is not everything that is on the Last Call list. So be sure to check out that carousel to see all the titles. These are just a few spotlight titles that we are able to talk about within the hour time frame that we have allotted to this broadcast. Otherwise, the show would be like 3 hours long, and we'd all be nodding off, especially Dan.
Especially me. My bedtime is in about 10 minutes.
Old man Dan.
Old man Dan. Senior citizen hours here, folks. So on our Last Call blog post here, I've got the links that we talked about to Comichub. I've also got a link to our Facebook event that we're streaming from right now, as well as a spotlight on one of the books that we're going to be talking about in Last Call for First Issues. But first on this list is a few books that are due for order a little earlier. DC Comics and Scout Comics are both on an advanced schedule. Is that correct to say advanced?
Sure.
A bit of a wonky schedule. They are due Sunday before 5 p.m. Let's take a quick look at a new series from DC Comics. It is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
All right. It's a new Supergirl series. Hooray.
It's got two covers. The A cover is by Bilquis Evely, who does the interior art. And the B cover is by Gary Frank.
And it's written by Tom King.
Oh, I got crypto in there.
Aww.
So I'm hoping that this Supergirl is a comprehensive Supergirl. It's updated, and I think hopefully appeals to the fans of the TV show that they're constantly desperately looking for something that is in any way similar to the TV show.
Right. Well, what I'm going to throw out there, just from my personal opinion, is that the TV show was a WB show? CW, and that's usually targeted at a more like drama type audience. And this is written by Tom King.
Oh, right.
Who tends to write a little more heady stories. So it might not have that crossover appeal that you are specifically referencing. I mean, it would be great if Supergirl fans, can jump into any style of Supergirl storytelling. But just know that this might appeal more to fans of previous Tom King books, like Mr. Miracle or Vision, those types of...
And the current running Strange Adventures.
Oh, right, Strange Adventures. And then, he did have a pretty big run on Batman as well.
Yes, he did.
So, yeah, if you enjoyed any of those stories, jump on to this 8-part miniseries.
Oh, that Bilquis Evely. That is fantastic artwork.
That's
Very
nice.
nice. Very nice. Okay, and one other thing, a new one shot from DC Comics called Represent. The cover is by artist Darren Robinson, but the book itself is a first time in print celebrating powerful voices. This is collecting digital issues 1 through 7 of the Revolutionary series. It doesn't give us a whole lot of Revolutionary voices' names. So it's kind of hard to talk about this.
Well, here's to hoping.
It does look really nice. I like the design of it, and I'm sure it's well intended. And maybe somebody that has some experience reading the digital comic might be interested in this. Keep it in mind, it is a $9.99 one shot, so we're letting you know about this well in advance in case you're interested to hopefully get your orders, because I don't know how many I'm going to be ordering from the shelf. DC hasn't given us a whole lot of information here.
Yeah, which you would think if it was already out there digitally that they would have the creator information.
Exactly. And
us.
it seems like when you're saying that they're celebrating powerful voices,
You would want to call out those voices.
whose voices are those anyways?
Hey, before you go any further, real quick, someone asked what time do we close, and William Rushlow was Johnny on the spot to let him know that we do close at 7 p.m. Thanks, William, for giving that helping hand. And we do indeed close at 7 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we close at 5 on Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yes. And thanks for the question. Okay, next up on our... Let's see, what do we got here? What's on the list next?
Perhapanauts.
Right.
Perhapanauts. Second Chances, #1. So Perhapanauts is not a brand new series. It's been out before, but this is a new restart or a new series.
Yeah, a new miniseries.
Yeah.
And this is from original creators Todd DeZago with art by Craig Russo, and this cover by Victor. I don't know if this is the cover by Victor Kalvechev or not. It looks like it's Craig Russo. Interesting.
There's a little signature on there. Oh, with an E exclamation point. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be like a C.
Oh, right.
So yeah, this is definitely Craig Russo's art. If you like Hellboy, BPRD, this might be an interesting book for you. Let us know. We're happy to get those orders in. Okay, got a few more things on first issues here. We got a new issue from Image Comics, a new series from writer Kyle Starks, who wrote Sex Castle and one of our favorites, The Rock Candy Mountain.
Right. That was fun.
And he's joined by Eisner Award nominated Chris Schweitzer from the Krogan Adventures over at Oni Press.
Are we doing any readings of the #1s here?
Sure. Those are the ones that we need to
The
do the
readings
readings for.
of the #1s. For fans of Chew and Assassination comes a new action mystery series from Eisner Award nominees Chris Schweitzer and Kyle Starks. The world's most unlikable action star has been found dead, and his previous TV sidekicks are looking to solve the mystery. But how can you catch a murderer when almost everyone hated the victim? Now these sidekicks are going to learn what it means to be the stars of the show. That is, if any of them survive the Stuntman War.
The Stuntman War. Dun, dun, dun.
Nice.
It's got
fun.
It's got 3 swell covers. A is by Chris Schweitzer. B is by Erica Henderson.
Nice.
That's a very nice Erica Henderson cover.
Yes.
And the C cover is for Pride Month, and it is by the Fantastic Underground cartoonist Ed Luce.
Nice.
So good.
So good.
6 sidekicks of Trigger Keaton from Kyle Starks and Chris Schweitzer. And that is from Image Comics. Next up, we got a couple of one-shots from the Heroes Reborn. These are one-shots that spin directly out of the miniseries. They aren't necessary to read, but they sure do fill out the fun. We've got this one called Heroes Reborn Night Gwen by Vita Ayala and art by Farid Karami with a David Nakayami cover. You want to give the breakdown for this one or let it speak for itself?
I mean, I can, but, you know.
No pressure, man.
We could let it speak for itself.
You could just sit there, too.
I could just sit here. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. What? Talking about comics? What?
Compelling television.
Oh, hey. Do you want me to do it? Introducing Nightbird by day, Dr. Gwendolyn Stacy is Ravencroft, Asylum's leading psychiatrist, but by night she dons the guise of the vigilante known as Nightbird. But how did this happen? Why did this happen? And what does Kyle Richmond, the Nighthawk, have to do with it? There may not be any time to find out because Nightbird must hunt down a new killer called the Jackal. 40 pages, one shot, rated Teen Plus.
We got an A cover by David Nakayama and a B cover by Takeshi Miyazawa.
Also, I can't help to think that her costume looks a little bit like a cross between Batgirl and Nightwing. It's got the blue stripes like Nightwing. It's got the yellow boots like Batgirl.
Night Gwen. She's got the big treads like Batman. And we've got the second one shot spinning out of Heroes Reborn, Squadron Savage. Oh, this is by Ethan Sachs with art by Luca Pizzari. It's a team kind of similar to the Savage Avengers with Elektra and the Punisher, but got some other
the Savage part.
Got some other new characters popping in here. We got Crossbones, Cloak, and the enigmatic Murder Hornet.
Murder Hornet.
Murder Hornet. Got this A cover by Steven Segovia and a B cover by David Blatt.
Nice. Oh, nice Murder Hornet.
Murder Hornet. Wow. That is very unique.
It's kind of like the Wasp on steroids.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so that
Murder
does
Hornet.
it for Marvel Comics new number ones.
Except for Web of Spider-Man number one.
Oh, right. Yeah, we got that one. We can look at that.
This is another new Spider-Man number one from Kevin Shinnick with art by Rob DeSalvo with a cover by Gurihiru.
And a B cover by Rob DeSalvo. No? Don't know.
I don't know. The B cover. This A cover is by Gurihiru.
Yeah, not sure who did the B cover.
It doesn't give an age recommendation on here, but it looks like it might be in the same vein as like Spidey or, the Marvel action books. I'm not familiar with these names, so I really can't speak to it, but.
Yeah, it definitely has that Spider-Man animated adventures type of feel.
Right.
I will say that this Gurihiru cover has got, I don't know, feels of the Dodson's cover work. It just got that.
Oh, right.
Got that style to it.
I can see that. They're a lot more curvy. This is a little bit more angular.
Right, yeah. Very nice, though.
Yeah.
This is a 5-issue miniseries from Marvel Comics Web of Spider-Man. Okay.
Nice.
Next
now
up,
we move on to Boom.
We got all kinds of small stuff we could talk about here.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about a new series from Boom. It's called Good Luck.
What if luck was quantifiable and something everybody was born with? Everyone except the unfortunates. Teenagers born with absolutely zero luck. Now, with the world mysteriously plunged into chaos and reality itself threatened, of course, because that's just going to happen anyways, They will be our only hope to save the world. Our last hope is those with no chance of success. The only thing anyone can wish them is good luck. A bold new original series for fans of Seven Secrets and Runaways from Matthew Ehrman and Stefano Simeone. Simone?
We got two covers here. We got Jorge Corona on A and Jorge Corona on B on the foil cover.
Ooh,
I
foily.
don't know that this is Jorge Corona's art. Maybe not.
I
It might be the interior artist, Stefano Simeone.
It is pretty.
It is very nice. I like it a lot. Looks like good space adventure from Boom Studios. Next up, we got this new series from Ablaze, and it's harkening back to an old classic anime manga series, Space Pirate Captain Harlock.
Yeah, this is a way more modernized version. Oh, he's got like a little pouch.
He's got pouches.
What is he holding? Can't figure it out.
What is he holding, like in his hand?
Yeah.
He's got a drink.
Oh.
He is a notorious alcoholic.
Oh, I see. The thing from his collar made it look like a little handle, so it looked like it was a little purse.
Well, why is Captain Harlock wearing a purse?
Like, why? What is happening?
That's
I
okay.
see it now. I see it now.
This is from publisher Ablaze, who has been playing with manga a little bit, along with all their other various genre books. This is a new series kind of inspired by the original stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is it like just just taking the characters and creating a whole new story for them,
Well, I guess that's...
or an adaptation?
I guess we find out when we read about it. From the legendary Leiji Matsumoto, along with Jerome Alqui, comes an epic new story set within the timeline of the original series. This brand new Captain Harlock Adventures marks the beginning of a new story arc. There it is, folks. Brand spanking new Space Pirate Captain Harlock from Ablaze. We got A by Derek Chu. And let's see, a G cover by interior artist Jerome Alq.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other variant covers in between. We don't have time to feature them all, but if you do go to that blog or the Comichub carousel, you'll be able to see all G covers. How many?
Several of
one,
covers.
2G.
1-2G.
I think ages 7, 8. Is that 8? Yeah.
Something like
However
that.
many.
Several.
Yeah, several.
And that is from Ablaze Comics. Next up, we got a new series from
Oh, boy.
Dynamite Entertainment. Spinning out of the weird franchises that they've been creating with all of their sword and sorcery and horror-themed female heroes. They are teaming them up with Army of Darkness.
Of course.
The hit series returns because you can't kill a never-ending army of zombies. But you can bury them in covers. I have spotlighted 2 different covers. We got this Joseph Michael Linsner cover, which I like a lot.
Yeah.
Very swell. And we also have a D cover by Detroit area's own Dave Acosta.
Nice.
Lots of fun from several franchises smashed together here, and Dynamite lives.
And again, like the previous title, there are many, many other covers. If you want to check out all the artwork, be sure to go on that Comichub page and you can see all of the covers and choose which one you like best.
Okay, we got one more thing here in Dynamite Entertainment. Red Sonja 1982. This is a one-shot.
It looks like Red Sonja crossed with Dazzler.
Yeah, this is solid disco era Red Sonja right here. I like this cover a lot by artist Danny, who has been getting a lot of work lately.
Oh, yeah.
Interiors by writer Amy Chu and artist Eric Blake. We've got a cover A and a cover B by Jonathan Broxton. Very nice. Okay, if you wouldn't mind keeping the folks busy while I bring up another carousel of Comics. We've got just a few more to show in number ones.
Okay, so next up is Bunny Mask #1, which is new from Aftershock Comics. It's a horror comic. You know what it reminds me of, this cover, a little bit of that book that Michelle Paluzzi created, the horror magical girl comic.
Oh, right. What
Tomboy.
happened here?
It reminds me of, just from the premise here, reminds me of Tomboy a little bit. But yeah, so this
where do we
looks
go?
extra
Yeah, bunny
creepy
mask.
and bloody, and she's got a bunny mask on. It's a new horror series from the creator of Eisner-nominated Colder. Sealed in a cave before the dawn of man, released by a crazed madman, Bunny Mask walks our world once more. But for what dark purpose does she use her unnatural powers? And what's her connection to Bea Foster, a young girl murdered by her father 14 years ago? In order to save his life and his sanity, one man will have to discover the truth of what waits behind the mask. Writer Paul Tobin and artist Andrea Muti unleash an eons-old legend upon an unsuspecting world.
This is pretty fantastic looking stuff. I'm a big fan of Andrea Moody's art. Paul Tobin has been all over the comic industry. Seems like he's written something for every company. And I think maybe his biggest credit is working with Colleen Coover on lots of things like Bandette, yes. And also Plants vs. Zombies. He's a big writer on.
I don't know if that's what he's most known for.
Well, yeah, he's not known for that at all, but he is the writer of it. We got the B cover also by Andrea Muti. Look, you can cut your own mask out. And let's see, a couple more things. And
this is up again?
yeah, so I'm not
what
sure
happened?
what the communication hiccup was, but apparently people thought this was already FOC'd, but
Well, it was.
It
We
was?
talked about it on FOC, on Last Call Live, 3.5 weeks ago,
oh wow.
with an expected ship date of this week.
Hmm.
So yeah, and they said it was going to be allocated, and then everyone just assumed they were allocated because they told us we would be allocated.
Right. Well, now it's back up on FOC, and it's probably going to be allocated again from what I could tell. But that's all right. We will try and get our orders right again. If you want a copy, make sure you get that order into us before Monday at 5.
But yeah, if we are allocated, we cannot guarantee any copies because
That's
they
right.
may allocate us all of our copies.
Yeah, we have no
So-
idea how far they're going to allocate.
But if you do pre-order it, it definitely bumps up our orders, which then increases our odds of getting it at all. So if you want it, definitely pre-order it and increase your odds, I guess.
Okay, and finally, in last call for number ones, last call for first issue, sorry. This book from Dark Horse Comics, a 4-issue miniseries called Secret Land, from writer Christopher Emgard and artist Tomas Era. Hitler's dead. Ben and Catherine are supposed to be together, happy. Instead, Ben fights the war in the Pacific with the reckless heroism of one who believes his fiancée killed in action. Yet Catherine lives undercover and about to arrive at the Third Reich's last bastion. Something is waiting for her there, for all of them, and it's hungry. Cosmic horror from the creators of The Whispering Dark. Secret Land, number 1 of 4, shipping and available on June 9th from Dark Horse Comics. And that is it for last call for first issues. I need a musical hit here. Do one of your musical hits. Perfect. That was amazing. Let's see. What moves it forward? Does that move it forward? That moved it forward. I did it. Now, folks, it's time for last call for second issues. Musical hit. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I could write all of our intro music
That's
just by
awesome.
making sounds come out of my face.
All the fanfare. we've got a short list of items on Last Call for Second Issues, and we're just going to show you the A covers on these folks just for the sake of expedience here.
And as another reminder, many of these books do have multiple covers. If you want to check out all the different covers, be sure to go on Comichub and go through that carousel and look at all the different covers.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. On FOC this week is Future State Gotham number 2. This is a new series that just debuted this last Wednesday. And for us, it sold out right away.
Oh,
Yeah. Sold out first day, matter of fact.
wow. Did you read it?
I looked through it before it sold out. It is a very unique thing for DC Comics. It is spinning out of one of the backup stories in a Future State book that came out January, February, March.
Mm-hmm.
And it's by the same creators that did it there. And it is all in black and white.
Ah, that's right.
As much by design as by theme. It does look like more of a manga, like a Japanese comic.
So it has a very manga feel.
Very manga feel to it, yes. And that is courtesy of artist Giannis Milano Giannis. Yes. This A cover is by Jose La. Jose La.
All right.
All right. Next up.
Oh, that's getting a whole bunch of thumbs up.
All right. That's a very nice cover. And heck, it sold out, so make sure you get your orders in. Okay, next up on Last Call for Second Issues, Justice League Last Ride number 2. Also a book that came out number 1 this last Wednesday. I did have the opportunity to read that. It is by Chip Zdarsky.
What?
The newest thing in comics. He's been around forever, but boy, is he hotter than ever.
He's writing like a ton of things. He's like the Jeff Lemire of 2021.
The naked Jeff Lemire of 2021. He's joined here by artist Miguel Mendonca, who is right along the house style of DC Comics. Kind of reminds me of a Brian Hitch with all that fine line inking. Very nice looking. And of course, cover A is by Derek Robertson.
Nice. Who's also been all of a sudden everywhere.
Yeah, very busy man. Probably a very rich man also.
Well, now.
Hey, that's cool. I ain't against comic creators getting rich. Rock on. Also on FOC this week, Last Call for Good Asian number 2. Number 1 just came out. I didn't get a chance to read it.
I also did not read that yet.
It sold pretty good. We've got copies on the shelf. It's by writer Pornsak Pinchetshot and artist Alexandra Tefenki with a cover by Dave Johnson. Yeah, we still got copies of number 1 left if it looks interesting. Good old crime book from looks like maybe the first half of the 20th century. Check that book out. Very nice. Also, we got a number 2 from Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal number 2. You got a chance to read this one, didn't you?
I did read this, number 1. And I read it back to back. It was last week's, but I didn't have a chance to read it this week. And I read it back to back with my pick of the week from this week, which was Time Before Time.
Yes.
And they're both time traveling books. So after reading 2 time traveling books in a row, they were all getting jumbled up in my head as to which story was which. But yeah, it was pretty fun. The ability to time travel creates all kinds of opportunities for thieves to go back in time and steal things and then pop back into your time. But obviously there's mechanisms in place to prevent that. So look out, Marjorie. The time police, they're not actually called time police in this book. They're called something else. That's a different book. Are hot on your heels. So yes, it's fun.
This is, of course, written by Garth Ennis, creator of The Preacher and many of other things, including The Boys, and features art by his occasional colleague Goran Sudzuka with a cover by Andy Clark. and that is from AWA Upshot. And finally, on last call for second issues, we have Eve #2 from Boom Studios. This is by writer Victor Laval, who came to comics with a pretty big reputation already. Done a few things over at Boom Studios. This is a new sci-fi series that he is joined by artist Joe Myong and a cover art by Ario Anandito. Did you get a chance to check this out?
I did not.
Very nice looking book.
It looks really nice. I only read like one thing last week and only like 2 things this week, so I'm pretty far behind.
We need to catch up.
I know.
Okay, and that is it for last call for second issues. Oh boy, this is fun. Our next segment.
Yeah,
What's our
we don't
next
even
segment?
have any beer.
Yeah, we're totally sober this week, folks. Our next segment is last call for new printings. We've got 5 items to show you this week, and they're all swell. They're all swell.
They're all swell.
Let's start here.
I'll make sure that I turn my brand around so we get the branding going on here.
Perfect. Oops. There it is. Oh, it's an invisible brand.
A little bit.
Okay, last call for new printings from Marvel Comics this week. We have a second print on Beta Ray Bill #2. This is fantastic. I love the heck out of this book. This is pure fun by Daniel Warren Johnson, who is just fantastic artist. This particular page, or this cover itself, is a reprinting of one of the interior pages rather than give you an original piece of art. They are doing this, but I think it's pretty unique.
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun.
I like how it also kind of portrays Daniel Warren Johnson's art style here. You get a little bit of, his standard artwork, which you can say is maybe heavily inspired by manga and Paul Pope. And then you get him channeling the Walt Simonson era Thor comics here.
Nice.
Good stuff, man. I love the heck out of this book. Beta Ray Bill #2, second printing.
Also, interior pages on the cover. It works because of the cover stock is interior page stock. Oh, zing.
Zing.
Marvel, make your covers hardier.
Or, yeah.
Please.
Please. Okay, next up on last call for new printings. Heroes Reborn #1, second printing. I didn't think I'd need it, but I think I do now.
Yeah, you know what? That also went really quick, and people snapped it up, and that's great. People were excited about it. I mean, it was Jason Aaron, so we were fairly confident the Jason Aaron fans were going to come out. I've heard he's a really good writer.
He's a really good writer. This not only spins directly out of Avengers, the main Avengers series, but it also replaces the main Avengers series during its 7-issue run. And of course, this is a new printing from the first issue that shipped last week, and it's shipping weekly, so this is a good way to catch up.
Catch up.
Also have a new printing of Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha, the little prelude story that kicks off the whole crossover. This is a recoloring of one of the original covers by Steve McNiven. Got a second printing for the Marvels #1, another book that I underordered. Blew through like 3 or 4 different covers. I thought I went pretty healthy on this one, folks. Written by Kurt Busiek with interiors by Yildiray Sinar. We have this pencil version of one of the covers by Alex Ross.
But I will say that when we underorder, just by not knowing, not being able to gauge how many fans are going to be interested in it, this is why we do this video, so that we have a better gauge of what the interest level is going to be. So if you know you're going to pick something up, let us know. If you want to make sure that you get it, let us know. If you're excited about any of these books, let us know in the comments. And that way, that helps us to boost our orders up and make sure that it doesn't sell out on the shelf. So we would love your feedback on any of these books. Did you read this? Were you excited? Did you love it?
I will have to say that I think I made a slight mistake
Oh,
in
that
that
cover. Yeah.
this is linked to the incentive variant for 1 in 25. So be aware of that. I should probably fix that link when I get an opportunity. But they do have a regular open order, regular cover price variant to this.
Nice.
And finally, from Last Call for New Printings, we've got The Boys #1, the Dynamite Edition.
Speaking of Garth Ennis, now this is a reprint of the original #1
That it is.
that was published by a different. It says that they started at #7.
Yes, this was originally published by DC Comics, but then when it got hotter and hotter every issue, or I should say they were more controversial with every issue,
Right.
DC got kind of cold feet on it, and they said, you know what? I don't think we want to really do this anymore after #6. So the creators took it over to Dynamite.
And now it's a hit show.
And now it's a hit show.
Sorry, DC.
Yeah.
And Dynamite's like, okay.
But, fun comic, interesting historical document as well. This is The Boys #1 Dynamite Edition from Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson.
Right. And also, we should clarify that they're not reprinting the series
Right.
like The Walking Dead Deluxe. It's not like they're going to start over for reprinting #1, 2, 3, 4. This is just a #1, so you can get that #1 copy feel, or you can try a #1 to see if you want to jump into the omnibuses and read the whole entire story.
Yeah, consider the Dynamite Edition essentially a facsimile edition.
See, I thought they were calling out Dynamite Edition as the fact that it was not put out by Dynamite originally.
Sure. And that, too.
Right.
Right. Okay, and that is Last Call for New Printings.
Boom. I mean, that was a little duck sounding.
Next up, Green Brain Comics Last Call for Graphic Novels. Here we are.
Here we are.
Hi. We've got a short list of graphic novels to show off here. Let's start with the first one.
Deceased Unkillables. This is a collected volume of Unkillables 1 through 3. So that's a pretty short one, but it's 144 pages. So were they were all extra sized?
Yeah, I think they were a little bit bigger sized, and there's probably some bonus stuff in it.
Ooh, bonus-y.
Bonusy. But the Deceased franchise has been a very, very popular one. It is basically DC Zombies. So get your orders in. Tom Taylor, big superstar writer, with art by Carl Mostert and a cover by Howard Porter. Next up, we got Canto 2, The Hollow Men. This collects the recent miniseries issues 1 through 5, plus the Clockwork Fairies one-shot. There's a lot of attention on this franchise, as it has just been opted for development into an animated media
Yeah,
feature.
by, was it Will Smith?
Yeah, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's production company.
Yeah.
So this is a fan favorite, all ages comic fantasy continues with book 2. Check it out. Hollow Man, Canto 2. We've got a new printing of a epic collection from Marvel Comics, Captain America, Volume 9. This is pretty classic stuff. This is around the time that I was a big fan of Captain America. We got creators like John Byrne, Mike Zack, Roger Stern, D. Matthias, Kalan, Daniel Michelini. So many quality creators on this big chunk of a book for $40. Look at how
Oh
many.
yeah, it's like almost 500 pages.
Wow. That's one of the best deals in comics right there, folks. Epic Collection, Dawn's Early Light. And another epic collection from Marvel Comics, Wolverine, Blood and Claws. This collects about a year's worth of stuff from the original Wolverine ongoing series and a couple of one-shots thrown in there. This is focusing on the work of writer Larry Hama and artist Mark Silvestri. Probably got some Alan Davis in there, maybe John Buscema as well. Good stuff.
Nice.
Okay, a little further down the list, we got a new volume of Something is Killing the Children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this book.
Yeah, this book kind of sells itself, but it also takes us by surprise. So if you're interested, get your order in.
Yeah, and this collects issues 11 through 15. So if you're reading it in the chunks, in the binge watching, and that's where you're caught up to, now's your chance.
It's a super hot book. Don't want to miss this from Boom Studios, James Tynion, and Werther Daldera. Let's see. This is from IDW Publishing. It's an original graphic novel called Delicacy.
I was like, oh, I could read this description. It's like 18 paragraphs
Yeah,
long.
no. It's about cooking. From writer-artist James Albon.
I could read like the first couple sentences, see where it goes.
Sure.
Rare and delicious fungi spell trouble for an ambitious restaurateur in this sumptuously painted graphic novel from one of Scotland's most imaginative young cartoonists. There we go.
Nice. He, this creator, James Albon, is decorated with many awards. He's a British writer, illustrator, studied illustration in Edinburgh College of Art. He's been a finalist in various awards, and I'm looking forward to it. This looks pretty cool.
This thrilling page turner, a fascinating glimpse into the high pressure world of big city restaurants, is a must read for foodies, Anglophiles, Food Network fans, and those with a taste for beautiful, terrible people.
Ooh.
A taste like just a little smackerel.
The Delicacy by James Albon and what was that? IDW Publishing.
Nice.
We got another original graphic novel from Image Comics and creator Shaky Kane with Crent Abel. This book called Cain and Abel. Oh, my gosh.
This looks pretty fun.
It does.
This art looks pretty wild on the cover here.
It's a cross between Mike Allred and Daniel Klaus.
Yeah. You kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read the description?
Sure, rocket.
Comic book wise guys, Cain and Abel serve up a summer dump cake of genre-busting mischief and masked mayhem in this oversized anthology of never-before-published strips. Slip in and out of subconsciousness with the astonishing shield bug. Surf the flesh wave with black fur in Who Fears the Death Roach. Journey into the sub-basement in the gasoline-tinged dust mites. Ride into the creep zone with Nightmare and Sleepy in the aptly named Creep Zone.
Creep Zone.
It sounds like he was just crawling around on his floor and came up with a bunch of ideas. Shield bug, death roach, dust mites. What is he just like flipping through a bug book? But it also made me laugh out loud twice. So I'm in.
From Image Comics creators Shaky Kane and Crent Abel. Kane and Abel, the graphic novel. Available on June 23rd, but available to pre-order right now.
Good. Did you mention that it was oversized?
It's oversized, apparently. Yeah, that's right. It's like a graphic album size.
Yeah, it's like the bigger cut size.
Hence the price, $12.99 for 72 pages, but they're big pages.
Right.
Rock that. We got the new comics anthology volume now, number 10 from Fantagraphics Books. We got a whole bunch of different creators in here, including Steve Weisman, Tim Lane, and Walt Holcomb. I'm excited because there's some new Tim Lane in there. I like Tim Lane.
Nice.
We've got new discoveries such as Hartley Lynn, Sylvia Roche, and M.S. Harkness, and rare gems like 9 previously unpublished pages of comics by Richard Sala. R.I.P.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's an entire comic book store under one cover at a price that can't be beat from Fantagraphics Comics. Now, volume 10.
Nice.
And one last thing in last call for graphic novels Heart-Shaped Tears from our pals over at Silver Sprocket. You want to take this one, boss?
Sure. Girls are tired, jaded, and the last reminders of glittering purity. Not dumb sexual purity, but light and love. Laughing in beds and sneaking out. Comics, illustrations, aliens, elves, boys who don't text back, words, and cartoons from the sci-fi sad girl, Abby Jame.
Abby Jame, creator of Heart-Shaped Tears, one shot from Silver Sprockets. And that wraps up our last call for graphic novels.
Nice. Oh, we're right on time.
Nice. So we've got one more segment here.
Mm-hmm.
Entitled Last Call to Jump On Now.
Jump on now. Oh, you know what? We forgot to go back and read the the descriptions of each section.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
so
we got a script for that one.
I want to read this one just because of this first featured title, which is New Storylines in Long-Running Series or long-running series that are coming to epic conclusions. Or just old-fashioned jump-on points are worth spotlighting on our last call for special mentions. So speaking of long-running series that are coming to epic conclusions.
Yeah. There it is. Wow.
I'll let you read the description on this one because it's pretty funny.
This is Ant number 12 from Image Comics and creator Eric Larson. This is the end of the story arc entitled The Answer. 14 years after its previous issue was published, Ant returns for Volume 1's awe-inspiring conclusion. This special one-shot both wraps up the story already begun by series creator Mario Gulli and serves as a completely self-contained introduction to Ant by superstar creator Eric Larson. Hannah Washington has spent years looking for answers, and finally her quest comes to its epic conclusion, guest starring the dynamic Daredevil. The original Daredevil, not the Marvel Daredevil.
So she spent years searching. 14?
14, exactly.
I wonder if this is like a record. Like, is there a record out there in comic world where a series actually finally ends after so many years? Looking at you, Kevin Smith.
Wow.
But yeah, like it's happened.
Oh, sure.
It's happened where years and years go by before a story actually finally wraps up. But 14 years just seems like pretty excessive. Like this might win the prize.
It wins the prize for me. It's an all-new Eric Larson blockbuster guest starring the dynamic Daredevil, Ant number 12.
And then he's wrapping up this 14-year-old series so that he can then start a new series, correct?
That's right. He's going to start Volume 2 with
watch for
Ant
that.
number 1 in just a few months.
All right.
Okay, next up.
We're getting close.
Excalibur 21. This is an important book because it ties directly into the Hellfire Gala, the big thing that's happening in the X-Men world. I'm pretty excited about this.
I'm excited.
Because it's ushering in big change in the X-Men universe, and it's also allowing the X-Men, the mutants, to get flashy, dress up, cut a rug.
And you know, anytime there's like a big special event in a in any superhero book. Like Spider-Man gets married and all the villains crash the wedding.
That's right.
Like, you know, there's going to be mayhem. It's not just going to be a party. I mean, you can look by the cover.
Yeah, hopefully Doc Ock doesn't show up all
Doc
drunk.
Ock's going to show up.
Marries one of their aunts. Excalibur 21 ties directly into the Hellfire Gala storyline. This is written by Tinny Howard with art by Marcus Toe, and this cover is by Mahmoud Asrar. Got one more tie-in to the Hellfire Gala. This was going to be a super important one. X-Men 21, written by the architect himself, Jonathan Hickman, with art by Russell Dauterman and a cover by Lionel Francis Yu. This is also serving as the debut of the Heroes of Krakoa. It's a changing of the guard as the first X-Men team of Krakoa debuts. One era ends as a new one begins, and the handoff happens here. X-Men 21 from Jonathan Hickman.
Nice.
And that, does that do it?
No, we have one more.
Oh,
we
we
should
got
have
one
left
more.
that for last so that it would be like the big splash
Oh,
ending.
here's the last one.
Whoops.
Here it is,
I
folks.
opened it and then closed it.
This is, I think this is getting into War of the Bounty Hunters proper. There's been a prelude that already came out, and there's going to be a couple more, but I think we're getting right into the meat of the story in one of the main titles here, Star Wars Bounty Hunters, where it all started. War of the Bounty Hunters, the Wookiee always wins. This is written by Ethan Sachs with art by Paolo Vianelli and a cover by Giuseppe Camuncoli. This has got feels of an old Walt Simonson cover as well. A lot of the same composition.
Is War of the Bounty Hunters Bounty Hunters?
War of the Bounty Hunters, Bounty Hunters.
Okay.
Well, the series itself is just called Star Wars Bounty Hunters, but
Oh, I see.
the branding kind of
Yeah, because they
gets
put
in
the
the way
Star
of it.
Wars. It's Star Wars Bounty Hunters, War of the Bounty Hunters, but that's
Yeah.
not how it's. That's not the ordering. But
Right.
yes, I get it. I get it now.
You get it. She gets it.
I get it. Hooray! And I
And-
think with 3 seconds till. Oh, is that my?
And that, folks, is the end of Last Call to Jump On Now. And that also wraps it up for this week's edition of Last Call Live. We do have a couple other things to remind you about here before we sign up. Sign
wanna
off.
Remind everybody that the deadlines for the Last Call for DC Comics is Sunday this week, May 16th at 5 p.m. And everything else on this list, DC and Scout. There was one Scout book on there. And everything else is due Monday, May 17th at 5 p.m. So if there was anything that we went over today or that you see in the carousel that you want to make sure we set aside for you, be sure to get those orders in by those deadlines.
Yes, indeed. We also have a previews catalog out there right now for May. Those orders on paper are due by May 25th. We also have the DC catalog, which is a downloadable. We can put that link into the chat here.
I can do that.
All those items are from the May catalogs. Okay. Get those orders to us as soon as you can.
Yes. And
It's
that,
also-
sorry.
It's also a good tool for reference in using the Comic Hub website and app as well.
Nice.
Back to you, boss.
All right. Oh, you know what? We got the brain scan up here, but then I added it to the ending because that's where you do it in the other video.
Cool. Yeah, if that works better there, that's cool.
So, thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Last Call Live. Live from Studio G in Green Brain Comics, smack dab in the heart of East Downtown Dearborn. Last Call Live streams most Fridays at 7:30. Also, be sure to check out our other live stream, Brain Scan, which we do every Tuesday at 6:30 and showcase all the new comics that arrived that week, each week. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. But on Twitter, we're Green Brain CMX.
We are. It's true.
Check out our web store at greenbraincomics.com and pre-order and do all your pre-ordering, including everything you saw in this video, at comichub.com. If you are new to Comic Hub, be sure to select Green Brain Comics as your store. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Otherwise, in the sign off.
We are spreading the love of comics and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain. At Green Brain Comics.
Thanks for watching, folks. We're figuring this stuff out. It gets better every week. You'll see.
Let us know if it does.
Let us know if you think it does.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Share your thoughts in the comments. Did you see anything you liked, were you excited about, that you want? Correct all my mistakes. I am open to it.
Oh boy. We are looking forward to a very exciting weekend here at the store. Beautiful weather. Please feel free to stop by. We'll be open 12 to 5 tomorrow, Saturday, and 12 to 7 tomorrow, Saturday, 12 to 5 on Sunday. Hope to see you here.